Alright, I've got the forks and the bars put on there, cleaned up. Tires on there, spins pretty good. Bearing races all cleaned up. Frame wiped down well. But before I go put the sprocket in, it's got a little surface rust on there still. So I'm going to hit it with some chrome polish and a rag and see if I can get that cleaned up before I put it back on the bike. It's easier to clean when it's sitting down. Crank's in there, fresh grease, clean bearings, shiny sprocket. Got to redo the back wheel still, put that tire on there, clean the seat up, it's down there. I haven't polished the handlebars yet, but they're a lot shinier than they were. Front tire's ready to go. I'll be putting the original inner tube back in it, which I wanted to show you this. Somebody puts a couple nice patches on there. Well done. So hopefully it'll still hold air. And I'll get that put back together, but I want to take the wheel apart first and redo all the bearings and everything. But it's about time for me to go to work, so I'll come back to this another day again. Well, I got the back wheel cleaned up. Good enough anyway. Got this dust cap that's on there. I didn't take it all the way apart because I took apart a 3-speed coaster brake hub once and it never went back together. I'm not going to do that one again, but I can loosen it up enough to get to those bearings in there and throw some fresh grease in. Same with these bearings in here. I can get just enough in there so I can get the outer bearings. Took it part way apart and got to see what was inside. It's basically 2 separate freewheels with different sizes, so you go different speeds, and when you push the thing in and out of here, then it switches between the 2 flywheels on the inside. Freewheels, flywheels, whatever. So it's kind of pretty much cleaned up. It's ready to go. It needs a little bit more spoke work before I put the tire on. It's a Shimano shifter. It says 1-2 change. Can't read that very good, but so a little bit more spoke work on that. I can throw the tire on. Got it down there. We got what's left of the original spoke covers, but I'm going to probably put another one on there, or a bunch of tape, I don't know. I got one brake cleaned up. See if we can get in a comparison. It's getting kind of dark out here and it's threatening to rain at any time. But here's one I already wiped down and cleaned up. That one is still very dirty. The brake pads are shot. They're really brittle and hard. They're just going to kill the rim. If, this brake is straight right where the cable connects, and this one is bent. So I'm going to try to bend that back very carefully to the way it should be. I don't know, somebody must have threw it down on the ground or something. But I got one brake cleaned up. I got this shifter cleaned up a little bit, and I lubed it. I'm actually surprised at how good a shape these cables are in, because a lot of times they just get seized up and they just won't move anymore. But they're actually working pretty good. On the back of here it says 890 Japan, and then over here it says 1279 and 890, numbers stamped on it. So I don't know what all that means, but probably means something. I don't know. So hopefully rain will hold off so I can get these spokes figured out. Put some grease on that baby and I'll have the back wheel done finally. I'm going to put this inner tube in it. It was the one that came in it. It's got 2 big old patches on there. They're well done though. I think it'll be alright. Got the wheel cleaned up, greased. Just Shimano, if I hadn't said that earlier. Shifter's on there. High, pull it back. Oh, you got low. And back here is high, low, and back to high. So, got to get the brakes cleaned up. Get those about finished up. The cables are in great shape actually, I'm surprised. Do some more adjustments and then clean the seat. Well, it's all put together. You hit with some chrome polish still, but it is pretty shiny. Tires got some flat spots on there. I'm gonna see if I can work some of them out a little bit with some patience. But let's try to straighten that brake out. I didn't quite get it straight because this piece is actually attached. It's not bolted on, it's riveted. Got a reflector on there. It's not the matching reflector for the rear, but it'll work for now. The pad's back on there. And it's all ready to go. It rides real nice. A little bumpy because of the flat spots on the tires. Needs new brake shoes. Those are kind of brittle, but they'll work temporarily. Pads are back on there. The kickstand I actually cleaned up so much that it doesn't quite want to stay up sometimes because it's so clean. But I think that'll be okay. Better than being so dirty. So, a little bit of chrome polish, and I'll just throw this back in my house and let it get dusty while I work on something else.